Cool. So I was just going through my YouTube comments. Tuesday, I've been gone for like 6, 7 months. Apologies. So obviously, when I started YouTube, I always said I'd respond to every comment because if you're coming in, like, means a lot, and like you put yourself out there socially. So I do appreciate that. So I got a comment 7 months ago. They said, "Could you make a video on how to tackle social anxiety and get better at communicating with people?" So this is a very important skill. And whilst I do this video, I want to kind of preface going forward, like creating content. I am not telling anybody what to do. I'm an imperfect human being. I've made a lot of mistakes and I continue to make a lot of mistakes. And part of the reason I stopped uploading on YouTube because I didn't want anybody to emulate. I felt like I was telling people what I was doing, but I didn't want anybody to emulate what I was going through in life. Then I didn't like what I was doing and go through. So I stopped uploading because I was like, why am I telling people stuff if I don't like what I've got going on right now? So my dedication and what I always want to keep steadfast to is I'm not telling people what to do. I'm telling people what I have done and what I'm going to do. I don't know about that one, but what I'm doing. So you're always at the present with me, more or less. And so basically, let me get back to this video. So that's a good social anxiety and communicate with people. So there's always going to be not always going to be some sort of anxiety, but let me tell you a story. So basically, I was going on a property viewing and I met this agent I was speaking to on the phone. I got a name, got a detail. I was going to see a very beautiful property in Canary Wharf, very nice. And it's been a while since I've been on the property viewings because I'd had my stuff going inbounds. Well, it's been a while since I've gone with an agent. So I was like, cool, I got a name, and I'm getting more serious about every kind of thing that I do now. So I took a details, I was like, let me go find a LinkedIn. I found a LinkedIn, I connected with a LinkedIn. Remember, this is important to the story later. So I connected with a LinkedIn, I got a full name. So I didn't have a full name before. So I've gone to the property view and I'm feeling all good about myself. I always love going on a property view, especially when you're going to like a nice property in Canary Wharf. So I get to the property now. This guy comes out of the building when I'm coming, and you know it's like a tall tower building, so you know that the door closed. So I got lucky that someone came out when I was coming, so I just walked myself into the door, as we are doing in this 2023. And I got inside and I'm admiring it. So, you know, they got those nice little decors, those books that mean nothing on the table, and I'm just smiling. I'm in a good mood. I'm feeling good vibes. I'm confident. I'm enjoying myself. Not because I'm gonna make money or anything, but I've got an opportunity. And opportunities should make you happy. And you should always opportunities everywhere. So I was excited to go on this property view. Now, as I'm waiting in the lobby, I see, and bear in mind, you're not meant to park around these buildings. I noticed that because I would have drove closer. I drove a while away and I walked up. I see a brand new 2023 Porsche pulling up. I'm like, rah, that's a nice car, you know. That was my first thought. Like, rah, that's a nice car. So anyway, guy gets out. About middle-aged white man. He's got the body warmer, navy blue, with the cardigan sleeves. You know what I mean? Bit blonde hair, coffee in hand, of course. And he's got a nice little smile in his face. Like, not like an overly cheesy smile, but he's in a good mood. Why wouldn't he be? Just jumped out of a 2022 Porsche. Anyway, so he comes into the building that I'm in. I'm like, huh. So he walks in, he gets about, I'm like in the lobby halfway. He comes in and he gets to about just my side, just past me. And I was just like, mate, you got a really nice car, you know? And he was like, oh, thanks. And he smiled. And I was like, he was about to leave it. Then I was like, nah, what do you do? I was like, what do you do? And he's like, I'm into real estate. I was like, yo, I'm into real estate. Like, me and you need to connect. So anyway, I just walked up to him and I was like, yeah. Now put your details in. So he's putting his details in now. First name, and then I'm like surname as well. And then, hold on. I was like, email as well. Because listen, let me tell you right now. Let Q be the person that told you. Let Q be the person that told you right now. Whenever you connect with any person, I don't care who it is, whatever the circumstances, get the email address. Every single person in your contact list, first name, surname, get their email address. Doesn't matter if you do business, but get the email address. From forward, anytime you meet somebody, anytime you meet anybody, anywhere, get their name, surname, and their email address. From this day forward, forever. Forever and ever. That'll be important later. You always remember this. Let it be me who told you. Let it be me who told you. Anyway, so I got his details and I get his surname. And I was like, right, like, it was a unique surname. And I was like, right, like, that's the surname of the agent I'm about to meet. He's like, oh, that's my sister. I was like, oh, isn't this a small world? As I say these words, my phone rings. And I was like, she's calling me right now. So I even showed him, so he knew I wasn't, I was just making this up, but obviously I won't make it up. Like, but anyway, I pick up the phone and I'm like, I'm gonna call it Justina. It's like, Justina. She's like, sorry, Abdul, I'm running late. I was like, you know what? No worries. Do you want to say hi to your brother? She was like, my brother? I was like, no, I'm in the lobby with him right now. He's giving the phone. He's like, yeah, I'm here with Abdul now. And you know what I mean? I've only just met her yesterday, but now I've got to say her name. Just from LinkedIn, just because I searched a little bit of LinkedIn, found a little bit about her. Met her brother, pure coincidence. And now we're connected. Like, do you know what I'm saying? But anyway, the reason I've told you that story is because the reason I connected with that guy and that girl is just because I asked the question. No. I tell a lie, I gave him a compliment. But the compliment was genuine. And at the time, because I told someone else this story and I was like, wow, you're so confident. And I was like, at the time I said it, a split second before I said it, I was a bit worried and I did have that kind of like, why would he care, or why would, but I just did it because I was so excited. Like, the excitement I had, because I was in a good mood, it just the fear came, but the excitement chopped it down. So, and that was good, like, because I didn't mention, like, he was like, of where we got properties, he owns one of the firms, so I was familiar with his company, and it was like, that's a big connect. So I took his email address. Why I told you to take down email addresses, and you better be doing that. And I even do this for personal people now, so it's not a joke. I'm not playing when I say this. Like, you should always be building your network. So let me deep into this, because connecting and socializing, it's going to be a 10-minute video, don't worry. Videos are stopping at 10 minutes. But anyway, look, connecting and socializing is great. It's fun. You can meet friends, you can meet business partners, you can meet a bunch of people. The reason I told you to take email addresses is because when you're in business, your net worth is your net worth. Did I say that? Your network is your net worth. And cool. We are in the digital world. This is a digital world. So in the digital world, the way you contact people, email address, number. So you may not have a business now, you may not have anything right now, but everybody on a day-to-day meets important people. Everybody. You'll meet somebody important. I walk through Westfield, not to say I'm an important, but I am an important person. We're all important people. Everybody's an important person. So I'm walking through Westfield, I meet a brother, I think we're praying or something one time. And I was like, whenever I meet somebody, if I just meet them and we speak, I was like, let me get the details. I don't know what's going to happen. And then ask you what you do. He says he does painting. Cool, I'll put his name details in my phone number. I just spoke, someone said they need painting somewhere. I just searched in my phone, painting. Shouted him, bro, can you do this? He couldn't do it, but as time goes on, you will eventually have a very large date. Let's say you were me in that position. You told him he had a nice car. He says it was real estate. You just be like, oh, do you know what? I've always been interested in real estate. Is it okay if I get your name, email, a number? Put it in your phone now. Maybe one day you join the ACE sources. If you want to learn how to source property and get involved with what I do, there's a link in the bio. But maybe you get into property one day. You're like, oh, once upon a time, I met some big dog in real estate. Let me search you, because you saved his name as James Alexander and you put property. That's all you put. You put property. One day you go searching your phone, property. And you're like, oh, do you know what? Abdul told me to always put an email address. You got his email, send him an email. Oh, damn, do you know what? I've got this beautiful thing that can help you grow your business through the power of digital marketing. That's www.acemservices.com in the bio if you are in that situation, want to grow your business online. You're like, James, I've got a way that you can grow your business. Maybe he doesn't respond. Maybe he does respond next week. Maybe, but you've got that connection. So I haven't really touched on how to, because there isn't really, be genuine. Who are you looking to connect with? Is it business? Is it girls? And for girls, if it's for young men and you want to connect with girls, talking to girls, it can be scary if on strange. But let me tell you, the best way to do that is not to learn how to talk to girls, it's learn how to talk to everybody. When you walk around to the gym, say hi to the receptionist, say hi to this person. Just speak to people. Just speak. And maybe you're going to be the person that speaks too much, but because you start to speak to everybody naturally, the shopkeeper, the lady scanning the checkout, the person, when you meet someone that you actually want to speak to on that day, the words flow out. So speak to everybody, speak to them all the time, and ask questions are the best thing. If you give a compliment, everybody loves a compliment, and ask questions. And then if you want to book on it, I highly recommend How to Win Friends and Influence People. I'm going to keep it at 10 minutes. If you want a part 2, let me know. I'll dive deeper. So How to Win Friends and Influence People is a good book. always give people compliments, ask questions, and speak to everybody so you can learn how to speak to the person it is that you want to speak to who's important at the time. Okay, thank you, Ace.